I am New York.
Ya съм New York.
I am New York.
Yo soy Nueva York.
Sono New York.
Je suis New York.
Welcome to Diverse City, where we explore New York's eclectic enclaves, one neighborhood at a time. I'm Zyphus Lebrun. This month, we're here in Harlem. In the early 1980s, Senegalese immigrants began to carve out a living in Harlem. Since then, the number of Senegalese and other French-speaking West Africans has grown to 100,000. Now, they find themselves economically unwelcomed in the neighborhood whose rebirth they helped usher in. They're moving to the Bronx and Newark, New Jersey, to find affordable housing as Harlem flourishes beyond their means. Gary Pierre sat down with a pioneering Senegalese immigrant to learn more about his community and its contributions to the larger Harlem community.
I came to Harlem to tell the inspiring story of the Senegalese and French West African immigrants who have played a significant role in Harlem's rebirth. Instead, in an ironic twist of fate, that story no longer exists. I found a group of people feeling under siege who are being priced out of the community they helped revitalize. Undeterred by the blight, broken windows, and boarded buildings that was Harlem in the 1980s, the Africans opened restaurants, hair salons, and boutiques, and went about carving out a piece of their American dream. I'm joined by Mamadou Niang, a journalist who coined the term Little Senegal, to talk about the plight of French West Africans in Harlem. We head up to Bao Bao restaurant on 116th Street, where we feasted on chebojen, the Senegalese national dish of rice, fish, and vegetable. We washed it down with another Senegalese favorite, bissap juice.
I have a totally personal trajectory. I came to the United States as a cultural explorer. I was struggling myself with the remnants of French colonialism, and I was looking for a place where I couldn't find any French at all, so I came to America. America was in my heart, but Harlem was definitely my destination.
What did you find in Harlem?
What I found in Harlem was an exciting time. It was very difficult because it was a largely segregated community, and I felt alienated because of my Africanness. So when I came back in '82, and I realized now there is a new migration from West Africa, largely from Senegal first. So I started seeing them settling in Harlem, not by the African Americans who I was actually, was going to see in the United States. So the interesting thing is about when you look at this street where we're sitting right now, 116th Street, in the mid-'80s, this was a drug corridor.
No man's land.
This was a no man's land. This was a place that was very difficult to traverse. I mean, walking from Morningside to Malcolm X Avenue, I mean, you're really, walking into a minefield if you're not very, very careful. And 2-3 years later, you start seeing first the Senegalese, and then the Malians, and then the Ivorians cleaning up the street and making it what it looks like today. The contribution of the Senegalese and the larger West African community is absolutely interesting. And now we're living a different time. And we've talked about the stories of the mosque who disappeared, the restaurant that closed, the businesses that are no longer here, and the Senegalese who are actually, there is a new exodus. They're going to Newark, New Jersey. They're going to the Bronx. So it's a new shift. It's a new paradigm. And some call it here actually the new black removal program of the 21st century. But it is definitely a massive displacement of people of color. The reason why it would still remain the black Mecca and the black center of the United States, primarily it is because this is where you find the second largest public housing magma in the United States after Queensbridge. And African Americans and the community will tell you that we are going to be here maybe because of public housing. Public housing is going to save us.
This is a community to me that made an impact unknown to everyone, and now it's in a decline, and nobody may even know that they were pioneers in this latest renaissance of Harlem.
It is part of the larger Harlem community. You can look at the West Africans, but you also have to realize that the economic infrastructure was absent when they started actually building their businesses and creating this vibrant cultural and social life that we know here. That probably would be much more, much smaller, African American community. So the displacement is touching at every corner of this society here.
For DiverseCITY, I'm Gary Pierre.